Since the 18th of June, Singapore has been in phase 2 of the economy's reopening. But while some activities have resumed, work from home continues to be the default option.
Almost 9 in 10 of the respondents actually said that they want to continue working from home in a significant capacity after COVID-19. So significant being more than a quarter of the time in April. Almost 46% of people were saying that they were actually less productive working from home as compared to working in the office. And only 14% of them said that they were more productive. By the end of last month, actually what we saw was that productivity while working from home improved quite dramatically.
Productivity isn't the only issue. A workforce sentiment survey of over 20,000 workers by Engage Rocket found that employees had concerns about returning to the workplace. The potential uptick in COVID-19 cases and co-workers' compliance on safety measures are among their biggest considerations. But when many people do eventually return to the office, they could find a new workplace ecosystem in place.
The overall ecosystem will bring together a different workplace type together, such as work from home, work from a third locations, or even work from our traditional offices.
Hybrid workplaces could include high street cafes and local community co-working spaces. The traditional office will likely serve as a venue for staff training, mentorship, and culture building.
Special functions like R&D, the functions that require a lot more brainstormings like marketing will want to come together. That's where people start to interact and ideas spark and all those things.
While more outdoor spaces, terraces and roof gardens will be key features for future workplaces, borderless collaborative spaces are likely to be redesigned.
We spent the last 20 years becoming more and more open plan, and we have collaborative spaces and we have networking coffee points and we have ping pong tables where we can all come together across departments. So the facilities team is certainly incredibly busy redesigning this new normal, which will unfortunately, I think, be more partitioned and more segregated and more controlled.
One example of this new normal is the 6 feet office concept at property company Cushman & Wakefield. It's already in place at some of its offices in Singapore and Australia.
All the employees are travel in one single direction to minimize contaminations across each other. And also right-sizing the enclosed meeting spaces to make sure that there will be enough social distancing in the enclosed meeting rooms.
For Dell Technologies, remote work will continue to be the norm for most of its employees. Still, it's relied on data scientists to help design risk assessment tools and ensure workplace safety for essential workers that support IT operations and cybersecurity for clients.
This mindset shift of saying we are in the new normal, let's drop the thinking about collaboration isn't possible through remote. That's not the case. The tools have gotten so amazingly sophisticated that we can do these things.
Singapore serves as Dell's Asia-Pacific headquarters. The company's executive center, research and digital labs are located in several offices. A connected workplace program which began in 2009 has helped Dell adjust to COVID-19 disruptions.
We made a bold statement that work is not anchored to one place. And more specifically, it's focused on the outcome. With the circuit breakers and the lockdowns, we almost had 90% of our people working from home. And that sort of outcome was pretty phenomenal. We literally had to switch, turn it on, and we were ready to go.
Even as workers and managers work apart, Dell says the new norm can be viewed in a positive way.
We can be a lot more selective in what is critical and important to get something done. Sometimes when we work remotely, use technology, we become very goal-oriented. Sometimes we lose the human connection. And I think this is the culturally we have to ensure in every company that we keep the human connection.
With more people working from home, businesses may also need to restructure benefits that could subsidize better internet access and support ergonomic work tools. Evaluating staff performance will also require a rethink.
There's a common joke going around, are people working hard or are they hardly working? We need to design workflows, projects in a way that has more obviously trackable and measurable outcomes.
The annual performance appraisal system is becoming very outdated. The more sophisticated or the more aware firms perhaps are already using much more active feedback channels to get timely feedback to allow for really prompt course correction. So not how they did it, but how well it's done and whether it's delivered on time is becoming more and more of the sort of variable that you see within a performance management system.
In the end, the pandemic may actually create a new workplace environment.
The workplace is actually going to become more human-centric, where because of that lack of face-to-face interaction that is the case today, now leaders, employees, teammates, we don't take that interaction for granted anymore. So when we do meet in person, it's a lot more purposeful. There's a lot more care that needs to be shown for each other.